Hello, my dear ones, and welcome to this sacred space we're creating together. I want you to know that wherever you are right now, whatever brought you here today, you are exactly where you need to be. Your heart has guided you to this moment, and I honor that beautiful part of you that's ready to open to something new, something healing, something that can transform your relationship with abundance and wealth. I know that many of you listening today carry a heavy burden when it comes to money. Perhaps you've been struggling financially, watching bills pile up while feeling helpless and afraid. Maybe you've been working so hard, giving everything you have, yet prosperity seems to slip through your fingers like water. Or perhaps you've achieved some financial success, but deep inside, there's still that nagging voice telling you that you don't really deserve it, that it could all disappear at any moment. These feelings are so common, so human, and I want you to know that there's nothing wrong with you for having them. You're not broken, you're not cursed, and you're certainly not destined to struggle forever. What you're experiencing is the result of old programming, old beliefs that were planted in your mind long before you had the wisdom to question them. Today, we're going to gently examine these beliefs together. And more importantly, we're going to learn how to replace them with thoughts that serve your highest good. The title of our time together speaks of saying something 4 times to unlock the flow of wealth. Now, this isn't about magic words or quick fixes, though what we'll discover together may feel quite magical indeed. This is about understanding that our thoughts and words have tremendous power to shape our reality. When we speak with intention, with love, with conviction, we're actually reprogramming the deepest parts of our consciousness. We're telling our subconscious mind, our body, and yes, even the universe itself, what we're ready to receive. I've spent decades watching people transform their lives through the power of loving thoughts and affirmations. I've seen individuals go from poverty consciousness to abundance, from fear to faith, from scarcity to overflow. This transformation is available to each and every one of you, and it begins with the willingness to believe that you are worthy of all good things. You are worthy of financial peace, of security, of abundance that flows easily and naturally into your life. The beautiful truth is that wealth and abundance are not reserved for a chosen few. They're not dependent on your background, your education, or even your current circumstances. Abundance is your birthright, as natural to you as breathing. The universe is infinitely abundant, and there's more than enough for everyone, including you. What blocks us from receiving this abundance are the walls we've built in our minds, the stories we tell ourselves about what's possible for us. Throughout our journey today, we'll be working with the gentle power of repetition. When I guide you to say something 4 times, there's wisdom in this practice. The first time we speak new words, our mind often resists. The second time we begin to soften. By the 3rd time, we're starting to believe. And by the 4th time, we're opening our heart to receive. This is how we plant new seeds in the garden of our consciousness, seeds that will grow into beautiful experiences of prosperity and abundance. As we begin, I invite you to place your hand on your heart and take a deep, gentle breath with me. Feel the life force flowing through your body, the same energy that creates galaxies and grows flowers. This same creative force lives within you, and it wants nothing more than to express itself as health, happiness, and yes, abundant prosperity in your life. Now, let's explore something that touches every single one of us, the story we carry about money and wealth. From the moment we're born, we begin absorbing messages about money from the world around us. These messages come from our families, our communities, our culture, and they shape our relationship with abundance in ways we're often not even aware of. Think about the home you grew up in. What were the conversations around money like? Were they filled with stress and worry, with hushed voices discussing bills that couldn't be paid? Perhaps you heard phrases like, "Money doesn't grow on trees," or "Rich people are greedy," or "We can't afford that." Maybe money was never discussed at all, creating a sense of mystery and discomfort around the topic. Or perhaps you grew up in a home where money was used as a weapon, withheld as punishment, or given conditionally based on behavior. These early experiences create what we might call our money story, the collection of beliefs and emotions we carry about wealth and our relationship to it. For many of us, this story was written in fear, in scarcity, in the belief that there's not enough to go around. We learned to see money as something scarce, something we had to fight for, something that made people bad or selfish or different from us. Some of us learned that spiritual people shouldn't want money, that there's something impure about desire for financial abundance. Others learned that money only comes through struggle and sacrifice, that we must work ourselves to exhaustion to be worthy of prosperity. Still others absorbed the belief that money is the root of all evil, that wealthy people are inherently bad, and that wanting more somehow makes us greedy or selfish. But here's what I want you to understand with every fiber of your being. These beliefs are not truth. They're simply thoughts that have been thought so many times they feel real. They're like old, worn-out clothing that no longer fits the beautiful person you're becoming. The wonderful news is that just as we can change our clothes, we can change our thoughts. We can rewrite our money story from one of fear and scarcity to one of love and abundance. When we operate from survival thinking, we make decisions based on fear. We hoard what we have because we're afraid there won't be more. We reject opportunities because we're afraid of failure. We stay in situations that don't serve us because we're afraid of not having enough. This survival thinking keeps us trapped in cycles of struggle and limitation. Abundance thinking, on the other hand, comes from a place of trust and love. When we think abundantly, we make decisions based on possibility rather than fear. We give generously because we know there's always more flowing to us. We take inspired action because we trust in our ability to create. We open ourselves to receive because we know we're worthy of all good things. The shift from survival thinking to abundance thinking doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't require us to deny our current circumstances. We can acknowledge where we are while also opening to where we're going. We can be responsible with our money while also believing in our ability to create more. We can take practical action while also doing the inner work that allows abundance to flow. Your money story also includes the beliefs you've inherited about your own worthiness. Do you believe you deserve wealth? Do you believe you're capable of creating financial success? Do you believe that good things happen to people like you? These beliefs about ourselves are often the deepest and most challenging to transform because they touch the very core of how we see ourselves in the world. Some of us learned that we're not smart enough for financial success, that we don't have what it takes, that we're somehow fundamentally flawed or lacking. Others learned that wanting more is selfish, that we should be grateful for what we have and never ask for more. Still others learned that we must earn love and abundance through perfect behavior, that we're only worthy when we meet impossible standards. But your worthiness was never something you had to earn. You were born worthy. You are worthy right now, in this moment, regardless of your bank account, your mistakes, your fears, or your perceived shortcomings. Your worthiness is not a reward for good behavior. It's the foundation of your being. The universe doesn't love you because you're good enough. You're good enough because the universe loves you. These old beliefs about money and worthiness create patterns of behavior that keep us stuck. We might sabotage opportunities that come our way because deep down, we don't believe we deserve them. We might work harder and harder but never feel like we can charge what we're worth or ask for the raise we deserve. We might give our energy away freely, but struggle to receive support or abundance from others. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward changing them. When you notice yourself thinking thoughts like, "I could never afford that," or "people like me don't get lucky breaks," or "I'm just not good with money," you're catching your old programming in action. These moments of awareness are gifts, opportunities to choose a different thought, a kinder thought, a thought that serves your highest good. We carry these old beliefs not just in our minds, but in our bodies as well. Financial stress often shows up as tension in our shoulders, tightness in our chest, or butterflies in our stomach. Our bodies remember every fearful thought we've had about money, every moment of anxiety about bills or security. This is why our healing work needs to include our physical selves, not just our minds. As we prepare to release these old patterns, it's important to approach ourselves with tremendous compassion. These beliefs served a purpose once. They were our mind's way of trying to keep us safe, of helping us navigate a world that often felt unpredictable and scary. We don't need to judge these old thoughts or ourselves for having them. We simply need to recognize that what once served us may no longer be helpful, and we have the power to choose something new. When we look at our old money wounds with love rather than judgment, something beautiful happens. We stop fighting against our fears and instead begin to transform them. We stop seeing ourselves as victims of our circumstances and start recognizing ourselves as powerful creators of our experience. This shift in perspective is where real healing begins. Our old relationship with money often carries wounds that run deep into our hearts. These aren't just intellectual concepts we can think our way out of. They're emotional experiences that need gentle, loving attention. When we've experienced financial trauma, when we've felt the shame of not having enough, when we've been judged or rejected because of our economic status, these experiences leave marks on our souls that require tender care to heal. Financial shame is one of the most painful emotions we can carry. It tells us that our struggles with money mean something fundamental is wrong with us. It whispers that if we were smarter, better, more deserving, we wouldn't be in the situations we find ourselves in. This shame often keeps us isolated, afraid to reach out for help, afraid to admit our fears or ask our questions about money. But shame cannot exist in the light of understanding and compassion. When we recognize that our financial struggles don't define our worth, when we see that countless others have walked similar paths, when we understand that our challenges are opportunities for growth rather than evidence of failure, shame begins to lose its power over us. Fear around money often manifests in many different ways. There's the fear of not having enough, which keeps us in constant anxiety about the future. There's the fear of losing what we have, which prevents us from enjoying our current abundance. There's the fear of success, which whispers that if we become too prosperous, we'll lose ourselves or be rejected by others. There's even the fear of our own power to create wealth, the fear that if we truly stepped into our ability to manifest abundance, our lives would change in ways we can't control. These fears are normal, human, and completely understandable, but they don't have to control our choices or limit our possibilities. When we approach our fears with curiosity rather than resistance, when we ask what they're trying to protect us from rather than trying to make them go away, we often discover that beneath our fears lies wisdom, strength, and the very power we've been afraid to claim. Let's take a moment now to practice a simple but powerful exercise for releasing old patterns around money. Find a comfortable position and allow your eyes to close if that feels good to you. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing each exhale to release any tension you're carrying in your body. Now, bring your awareness to your heart center. that beautiful space in the middle of your chest where love lives. Place both hands on your heart and feel the steady, faithful rhythm of your heartbeat. This heart has been with you through every experience, every challenge, every moment of fear or doubt about money. Your heart knows your worth even when your mind forgets. Your heart knows you're deserving of abundance even when old voices tell you otherwise. Now, with your hands still on your heart, allow yourself to think about your relationship with money. What emotions come up? Sadness? Fear? Anger? Shame? Don't try to change these feelings or make them go away. Simply notice them with the same kindness you would show a dear friend who was hurting. Breathe into these emotions. Allow them to be present without judgment. These feelings have been part of your journey, and they deserve acknowledgement. Say softly to yourself, I honor what I've been through. I honor the part of me that has been afraid. I honor the part of me that has struggled. Now, as you continue breathing into your heart, allow yourself to consider the possibility that your struggles with money have also been your teachers. They've shown you what you don't want so that you can become clear about what you do want. They've developed your compassion, your strength, your resourcefulness. They've prepared you for this moment when you're ready to choose something new. Speak these words, either out loud or silently to yourself. I forgive myself for any choices I've made from fear around money. I forgive myself for any times I've treated myself harshly because of my financial situation. I forgive myself for believing I wasn't worthy of abundance. Take another deep breath and continue. I forgive anyone who taught me limiting beliefs about money. I understand they were sharing what they knew, what they had learned from their own experiences and fears. I release any anger or resentment I've been carrying about my financial past. Feel the gentleness of this forgiveness washing through your body. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or condoning harmful actions. It means freeing yourself from carrying the weight of old pain. It means choosing love over fear, peace over resentment, possibility over limitation. As you continue breathing into your heart, imagine a beautiful light beginning to glow in your chest. This light represents your natural state of abundance, your inherent worthiness, your divine right to prosperity. This light has always been there, even when it was covered by old beliefs and fears. It's as much a part of you as your heartbeat, as your breath, as your very life force. With each breath, allow this light to grow brighter and stronger. See it expanding beyond your heart, filling your entire chest, flowing down into your belly, your legs, your feet. Feel it rising up into your throat, your head, extending through your arms and out through your fingertips. You are becoming a beacon of abundance consciousness, a magnet for all good things. Now, still connected to this beautiful light within you, make a gentle commitment to yourself. Commit to treating yourself with the same kindness you would show someone you love dearly. Commit to speaking to yourself about money with compassion rather than criticism. Commit to remembering your worth even when external circumstances feel challenging. This doesn't mean you'll never feel afraid about money again, or that you'll never have concerns about your finances. It means you're choosing to approach these feelings from a place of love rather than fear, from wisdom rather than old programming. It means you're recognizing that your relationship with money is something you have the power to heal and transform. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes and return your attention to this moment. Notice how you feel in your body. Is there more space, more ease, more softness than when we began? This is what it feels like when we start to release old patterns and open to new possibilities. This is your natural state, and the more we practice returning to it, the more it becomes our default way of being. The beautiful truth is that healing our relationship with money is not about forcing ourselves to think positive thoughts or pretending everything is fine when it isn't. It's about creating space for both our humanity and our divinity, both our current reality and our expanding possibilities. It's about learning to hold ourselves with such love and acceptance that old patterns naturally begin to dissolve, making room for new experiences of abundance to emerge. Understanding the connection between our thoughts and our physical experience is one of the most powerful tools we have for creating lasting change in our relationship with abundance. Your body is not separate from your mind. They work together as one beautiful integrated system. Every thought you think sends messages throughout your entire being, and every emotion you feel registers in your cells, your muscles, your organs, your very DNA. When we live in constant worry about money, when we carry stress about bills or fear about the future, our bodies respond as if we're in physical danger. Our nervous system activates the same way it would if we were being chased by a wild animal. Our heart rate increases, our breathing becomes shallow, stress hormones flood our system, and our muscles tense in preparation for fight or flight. This state of chronic stress doesn't just feel uncomfortable. It actually blocks our ability to think clearly, make good decisions, and recognize opportunities when they appear. Think about how your body feels when you're worried about money. You might notice your shoulders creeping up toward your ears, your jaw clenching, your stomach tightening into knots. You might feel a heavy sensation in your chest or a fluttery anxiety in your belly. Some people experience headaches, difficulty sleeping, or a general feeling of being wound too tight. These physical sensations aren't separate from your thoughts about money. They're your body's way of expressing the energy of scarcity and fear. But here's the beautiful flip side of this connection. Just as fearful thoughts create tension and stress in your body, loving, abundant thoughts create feelings of ease, expansion, and flow. When you think thoughts of gratitude, appreciation, and trust in your ability to create prosperity, your body responds with relaxation, deeper breathing, and a sense of spaciousness. Your nervous system shifts into a state that actually supports creativity, intuition, and the ability to recognize and act on opportunities. This is why affirmation work is so much more than just positive thinking. When you speak words of abundance with genuine feeling, you're literally changing the chemistry of your body. You're sending new signals to every cell, creating new neural pathways in your brain, and establishing new patterns of energy that naturally attract different experiences into your life. The energy of giving and receiving is another crucial aspect of this mind-body connection. In nature, we see this flow everywhere. Trees give oxygen and receive carbon dioxide. The earth gives nutrients to plants and receives their fallen leaves. Rivers give water to the ocean and receive it back as rain. This natural flow of giving and receiving is the heartbeat of abundance. And when we align ourselves with this rhythm, prosperity flows to us as naturally as water flows downhill. Many of us have learned to give freely but struggle with receiving. We might feel guilty accepting compliments, uncomfortable when someone wants to pay for dinner, or resistant to charging what we're truly worth for our services. This blocks the natural flow of abundance because the universe cannot give to us more than we're willing to receive. Learning to receive gracefully is just as important as learning to give generously. Your body can actually teach you about your comfort level with receiving. Notice what happens in your body when someone offers to help you, when you're complimented, or when you think about raising your prices or asking for a raise. Do you feel open and expansive, or do you contract and pull away? Do you breathe deeply, or does your breath become shallow? These physical responses give you valuable information about where you might have blocks to receiving abundance. Let's practice a simple exercise to help your body remember what abundance feels like. Stand up if you're able and place your feet firmly on the ground about hip-width apart. Close your eyes and take a deep breath, imagining roots growing from your feet deep into the earth. Feel yourself connected to the abundant, nurturing energy of the planet beneath you. Now, raise your arms above your head and spread them wide, as if you're embracing the sky. Feel yourself opening to receive all the good that the universe has to offer. Breathe deeply and say to yourself, I am open to receive abundance in all forms. Notice how this feels in your body. Notice the expansion in your chest, the openness in your arms, the sense of connection both to the earth and to the infinite sky above. Lower your arms slowly and place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Feel the life force flowing through your body, the same creative energy that makes flowers bloom and causes the tide to flow. This energy wants to express itself as abundance in your life. It wants to flow through you as prosperity, joy, health, and all good things. The stress patterns we carry around money often create physical blocks to this natural flow of abundance. When we're constantly worried about not having enough, our bodies literally contract, creating energetic barriers that push abundance away rather than drawing it to us. But when we practice thoughts and feelings of abundance, our bodies become magnetic to prosperity. We walk differently, we speak differently, we carry ourselves with the confidence of someone who knows they're supported by the universe. This doesn't mean we should ignore practical concerns or pretend everything is perfect when it isn't. It means we learn to hold our current reality with love while simultaneously opening to new possibilities. We can acknowledge where we are while also preparing energetically for where we're going. We can be responsible with our current resources while also expanding our capacity to receive more. Now we come to the heart of our practice together, the foundation affirmation sequence that can transform your relationship with money and abundance. These aren't just words to repeat mindlessly. They're powerful statements of truth that, when spoken with feeling and conviction, can literally rewire your subconscious mind and open new channels for prosperity to flow into your life. The 4 affirmations we'll work with today are carefully chosen to address the core areas where most of us have blocks around money. The first affirmation works with your sense of worthiness and deservingness. The second opens you to trust in the universe's abundant nature. The third activates your own creative power to generate wealth. And the fourth establishes you as a clear channel for prosperity to flow through. Let's begin with the first affirmation. I am worthy of abundant wealth and prosperity. This statement addresses one of the deepest blocks most of us carry, the feeling that somehow we don't deserve financial abundance. When you speak these words, you're not trying to convince yourself of something that isn't true. You're remembering something that has always been true. Your worthiness isn't something you earn through hard work or good behavior. It's your birthright, as natural to you as breathing. When you say, I am worthy of abundant wealth and prosperity, feel the words in your body. Notice what comes up for you. If you feel resistance, if a voice in your head says, no, you're not, or who do you think you are? Simply acknowledge that voice with compassion and speak the affirmation again. That resistant voice is just old programming trying to keep you safe by keeping you small. Thank it for trying to protect you and then gently choose to speak your new truth. The second affirmation is, the universe is infinitely abundant and there is more than enough for everyone, including me. This statement helps dissolve the scarcity thinking that keeps us trapped in competition and fear. When you truly understand that the universe is abundant beyond measure, that there's enough love, enough money, enough opportunity for every single person on this planet, you stop hoarding and start flowing. You stop seeing other people's success as a threat to your own and start celebrating it as proof of what's possible. Feel the expansiveness of these words. The universe that created billions of stars and galaxies has no shortage of resources to support your abundant life. The same intelligence that grows a mighty oak tree from a tiny acorn can certainly handle your financial needs. When you align yourself with this infinite abundance, you become a magnet for prosperity in all its forms. The third affirmation is, I have the power to create wealth and financial freedom in my life. This statement awakens your recognition of your own creative abilities. You're not a victim of circumstances. You're a powerful creator with the ability to change your financial reality. This doesn't mean you can snap your fingers and make $1 million appear, but it does mean that you have within you everything you need to create a prosperous life. When you speak this affirmation, connect with the part of you that has already created so much in your life. You've created relationships, experiences, skills, knowledge. You've solved problems, overcome challenges, and figured out solutions. This same creative power that has brought you this far can absolutely be directed toward creating financial abundance. The fourth affirmation is, money flows to me easily and effortlessly in perfect ways. This statement helps you release the belief that money must come through struggle and sacrifice. It opens you to the possibility that abundance can flow to you in ways that feel natural, joyful, and aligned with your highest good. When you speak these words, you're telling the universe that you're ready to receive prosperity without having to suffer for it. Now, let's practice speaking these 4 affirmations together. I want you to speak each one 4 times, allowing yourself to feel the truth of the words more deeply with each repetition. Don't worry if you don't believe them completely at first. Belief is something that grows with practice, like a muscle that gets stronger with exercise. Stand or sit comfortably, place your hands on your heart, and take a deep breath. Speak the first affirmation out loud. I am worthy of abundant wealth and prosperity. Say it again with even more feeling. I am worthy of abundant wealth and prosperity. Once more, really feeling the truth of it. I am worthy of abundant wealth and prosperity. And a 4th time with complete conviction. I am worthy of abundant wealth and prosperity. Take a breath and move to the 2nd affirmation. The universe is infinitely abundant, and there is more than enough for everyone, including me. Repeat this 3 more times, allowing yourself to feel the vastness and generosity of the universe with each repetition. Continue with the 3rd. I have the power to create wealth and financial freedom in my life. Feel your own strength and capability growing with each repetition. You are more powerful than you know, and this power is available to you right now. Finally, the 4th affirmation, money flows to me easily and effortlessly in perfect ways. Allow yourself to imagine money flowing to you like a gentle river, constant and natural and beautiful. The key to making these affirmations effective is to speak them with as much genuine feeling as you can muster. If you don't feel the emotion at first, that's perfectly normal. Start by speaking them with the intention to feel them. Your emotions will catch up with your words as you practice. The more you repeat these statements with feeling, the more your subconscious mind begins to accept them as truth. And what your subconscious mind believes, it works to create in your external reality. These affirmations are most powerful when you use them consistently. Speak them when you first wake up in the morning, setting the tone for abundance throughout your day. Use them when you're paying bills, transforming what might be a stressful activity into an opportunity to affirm your prosperity. Repeat them before important meetings or conversations about money, filling yourself with confidence and abundance consciousness. You can also write these affirmations down, creating a physical record of your new beliefs about money. There's something powerful about seeing your own handwriting declare your worthiness and abundance. Some people like to put their written affirmations where they'll see them regularly, on their bathroom mirror, in their wallet, or on their computer screen. One of the most beautiful aspects of abundance consciousness is learning to open yourself fully to receive all the good that life wants to give you. For many of us, receiving is actually more challenging than giving. We've been taught that it's better to give than to receive, and while giving is certainly beautiful and important, receiving is equally sacred. In fact, if you don't allow yourself to receive, you rob others of the joy of giving to you. Think about it this way. When you give a gift to someone you love, you want them to receive it with joy and appreciation. You don't want them to refuse it or feel guilty about accepting it. The same is true for the universe's gifts to you. The universe delights in giving to you, and when you receive with gratitude and grace, you complete a beautiful circle of energy. Many of us have unconscious blocks to receiving that we're not even aware of. You might push away compliments by deflecting them or arguing with them. You might feel uncomfortable when someone wants to treat you to dinner or buy you a gift. You might undercharge for your services because you don't feel worthy of receiving full payment for your value. You might even sabotage opportunities that come your way because deep down you don't believe you deserve them. These patterns often stem from old beliefs about being a burden, taking too much, or being selfish. But receiving gracefully is not selfish. It's actually generous. When you receive well, you give the giver the gift of knowing their offering was appreciated. When you allow abundance to flow to you, you become a conduit for it to flow to others as well. Learning to receive starts with small, everyday experiences. When someone compliments you, instead of deflecting with, "Oh, this old thing," or "I got it on sale," simply say, "Thank you." Feel those words of appreciation in your body. When someone offers to help you, consider saying yes instead of automatically insisting you can handle it yourself. When you see something beautiful in nature, allow yourself to really take it in rather than rushing past it. Your body can teach you about receiving. When you think about accepting something good, does your body open and expand, or does it contract and pull away? Practice the physical sensation of receiving by opening your arms wide, lifting your face to the sky, and breathing deeply. This physical practice helps train your entire being to be receptive to abundance. There's a beautiful meditation you can practice to enhance your ability to receive. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Imagine yourself sitting by a peaceful stream, and this stream represents the flow of abundance in your life. See yourself cupping your hands and allowing the clear, clean water to flow into them. Don't try to grab or control the water. Simply allow it to flow naturally into your open hands. As you hold this water, feel gratitude for its gift. Then allow it to flow back into the stream, knowing that there's always more. This is the essence of healthy receiving. Opening yourself to abundance, appreciating what comes, and trusting that the flow is endless. Now imagine that this stream of abundance carries not just water, but everything you need for a prosperous life. See money floating gently towards you on the current. See opportunities, ideas, connections, resources, all flowing naturally in your direction. You don't have to chase them or fight for them. You simply need to position yourself receptively and allow them to come to you. This doesn't mean being passive or waiting for good things to fall from the sky. It means being open and alert to the abundance that's already trying to reach you. It means saying yes when opportunities present themselves. It means accepting help when it's offered. It means believing that you deserve good things and positioning yourself to receive them. Practice receiving in small ways every day. Accept that compliment gracefully. Let someone buy you coffee. Allow yourself to enjoy a sunset without feeling guilty for taking time to appreciate beauty. Each small act of receiving trains your consciousness to be open to greater abundance. Remember that you don't have to deserve abundance in the traditional sense of earning it through perfect behavior or endless hard work. You deserve abundance simply because you exist, because you're a beloved child of the universe, because the creative force that made you wants to express itself through you as prosperity and joy. Your openness to receive is actually a gift you give to life itself, allowing the natural flow of abundance to move through you and touch everyone around you. One of the most powerful tools we have for attracting and maintaining abundance is the beautiful practice of gratitude. When we appreciate what we already have, we send a clear message to the universe that we recognize abundance when it appears in our lives. Gratitude is like a magnet that draws more good things to us, because the energy of appreciation naturally expands and multiplies whatever we focus on with love. Many people think they need to wait until they have more money to feel grateful about their finances, but this approach actually keeps abundance at a distance. The universe responds to how we feel right now, in this moment. When we can find genuine appreciation for what we currently have, even if it seems small or insufficient, we create an energetic environment that naturally attracts more to appreciate. This doesn't mean pretending to be happy about financial struggles or forcing yourself to feel grateful when you're genuinely worried about paying your bills. True gratitude comes from recognizing the abundance that already exists in your life, perhaps in forms you haven't been paying attention to. You might have the abundance of health that allows you to work, the abundance of skills and talents that have value in the world, the abundance of relationships that enrich your life, or the abundance of experiences that have shaped you into the wise, resilient person you are today. Start by looking around your current environment and finding things to appreciate that you might have been taking for granted. The roof over your head, the clean water that flows from your tap, the electricity that powers your lights, the food in your kitchen, the clothes that keep you warm. These may seem like basic necessities rather than abundance, but in many parts of the world, these are luxuries that people can only dream of having. Appreciating what you have doesn't mean settling for less than you desire. It means creating a foundation of abundance consciousness from which you can attract even more good things. When you feel genuinely grateful for your current blessings, you're in a much more receptive state to notice and receive new opportunities for prosperity. There's a beautiful practice you can begin today that will start shifting your relationship with money immediately. Each morning, before you even get out of bed, think of 3 things related to abundance that you can appreciate. Maybe it's the fact that you woke up with energy to face the day. Maybe it's a skill you have that brings value to others. Maybe it's a friend who always makes you laugh. Or maybe it's simply the breath flowing naturally in and out of your body. Similarly, each evening before you sleep, reflect on any abundance that showed up in your day. Perhaps someone smiled at you, or you found a good parking space, or you received an unexpected email, or you noticed something beautiful in nature. These may seem like small things, but they're all evidence of the universe's loving attention to your well-being. The more you notice and appreciate these gifts, the more of them you'll receive. When you're paying bills, instead of focusing on money going out, practice feeling grateful for the services you're receiving. When you pay your electric bill, appreciate the lights that brighten your home. When you pay for groceries, feel thankful for the nourishment you're providing your body. When you pay rent or your mortgage, acknowledge the security and comfort of having a place to call home. This simple shift in perspective transforms bill paying from a depleting experience into an abundance practice. You can also practice gratitude for money itself. Hold a bill or coin in your hands and really look at it. Consider the intricate design, the craftsmanship that went into creating it, the complex systems that allow this piece of paper or metal to represent value and be exchanged for goods and services. Think about all the hands this money has passed through, all the transactions it has facilitated, all the dreams it has helped people achieve. Money is energy in physical form, and when you appreciate it, you invite more of it into your life. Create abundance awareness throughout your day by noticing all the ways prosperity already flows around you. When you go to a grocery store, marvel at the abundance of food available from all over the world. When you drive down the street, notice the abundance of homes, cars, businesses, and opportunities. When you interact with people, recognize the abundance of talents, skills, and creativity that exists in human beings. This practice trains your mind to see abundance everywhere, which naturally attracts more abundance into your personal experience. Gratitude also helps heal the parts of us that feel envious or resentful when we see others enjoying financial success. Instead of feeling bad when you see someone driving a beautiful car or living in a gorgeous home, you can use these sightings as reminders that abundance is possible and available. Their success doesn't diminish your opportunities. It proves that prosperity is flowing in the world and can flow to you as well. While affirmations and gratitude practices are powerful tools for changing our consciousness, they work best when combined with inspired action in the physical world. The universe loves to see us meeting it halfway, showing through our choices and behaviors that we're serious about creating abundance in our lives. This doesn't mean forcing ourselves to take action from fear or desperation, but rather learning to recognize and follow the gentle nudges that guide us toward prosperity. Inspired action feels different from desperate action. When you're acting from inspiration, there's a sense of flow, excitement, and natural momentum behind your choices. You might feel guided to call someone, apply for a position, start a project, or explore a new opportunity. These impulses come from your inner wisdom, your connection to the universe's abundant intelligence, and they often lead to outcomes far better than anything you could have planned with your logical mind alone. Learning to distinguish between inspired action and fear-based action is a crucial skill for creating sustainable abundance. Fear-based action feels tight, urgent, and overwhelming. It comes from thoughts like, I have to do this, or something terrible will happen, or I need to figure this out right now, or I'll never succeed. Inspired action, on the other hand, feels spacious, energizing, and aligned. It comes from thoughts like, this feels like a wonderful opportunity, or I'm excited to see where this leads. Start paying attention to the subtle guidance you receive throughout your day. You might feel drawn to take a different route to work and end up meeting someone who mentions a job opportunity. You might have an impulse to check your email and find a message about a project that's perfect for your skills. You might feel inspired to attend an event you normally wouldn't consider and make a connection that opens new doors for prosperity. Taking inspired action also means being willing to step outside your comfort zone when your inner guidance suggests it. Often, the very opportunities we most need for our financial growth require us to do things we've never done before, to speak to people we've never met, to try approaches we've never considered. This can feel scary, but when you're connected to your inner wisdom and supported by abundance consciousness, these steps feel exciting rather than terrifying. One of the most important actions you can take is to start treating yourself and your resources with the respect and care of someone who expects abundance. This might mean organizing your financial papers, creating systems for tracking your money, or simply keeping your wallet clean and tidy. When you treat your current resources with appreciation and respect, you send a message to the universe that you're ready to be trusted with more. It also means investing in yourself and your growth in whatever ways feel appropriate for your current situation. This doesn't necessarily mean spending money you don't have, but it does mean valuing yourself enough to learn new skills, make important connections, or pursue opportunities that could expand your capacity for prosperity. Sometimes the most important investment you can make is in your own education, your health, or your personal development. Taking inspired action includes being willing to ask for what you want and need. Many of us have been taught that asking is somehow impolite or pushy, but the truth is that the universe can't give you what you don't allow yourself to request. This might mean asking for a raise, negotiating better terms on a contract, requesting help with a project, or simply telling people about your services so they know how you can support them. Remember that inspired action doesn't have to be dramatic or life-changing to be effective. Sometimes the most powerful actions are small, consistent steps taken daily with faith and intention. Making one phone call, sending one email, having one conversation, or working on your project for 15 minutes can create momentum that builds into significant results over time. Trust the process, even when you can't see the full picture of how your actions will lead to abundance. The universe often works in ways that are far more creative and surprising than anything we could imagine with our limited human perspective. Your job is simply to follow your inner guidance, take the steps that feel aligned and exciting, and trust that each action is a thread in a beautiful tapestry of prosperity that's being woven on your behalf. Creating lasting change in your relationship with money requires establishing daily practices that support and reinforce your new abundance consciousness. Just as you wouldn't expect to build physical strength by going to the gym once, you can't expect to transform decades of scarcity thinking with a single meditation or affirmation session. The beautiful truth is that small, consistent practices can create profound and lasting transformation over time. Begin each day by setting an intention for abundance to flow through your life. This doesn't have to be a long, complicated ritual. Simply take a moment when you first wake up to connect with your heart and speak your intention for the day. You might say something like, "Today I am open to receive abundance in all its forms," or "I move through this day with confidence in my ability to create prosperity." These simple morning intentions help align your energy with abundance from the very start of your day. Throughout your day, practice catching yourself when old, fearful thoughts about money arise. This isn't about judging yourself or forcing positive thoughts, but simply about increasing your awareness of your mental patterns. When you notice thoughts like, "I can't afford that," or "I'll never have enough," gently redirect your attention to thoughts that serve your highest good. You might replace "I can't afford that" with "How can I create the money for that?" Or replace "I'll never have enough" with "I am learning to trust in the universe's abundant provision." Create physical reminders of your new relationship with abundance. This might be a small object on your desk that reminds you of your worthiness, a note in your wallet that affirms your prosperity, or a picture that represents your financial dreams. These visual cues help keep your consciousness aligned with abundance even when you're busy with daily activities. End each day with a brief gratitude practice focused on abundance. Before you go to sleep, think of at least one way abundance showed up in your day, even if it was something small. This practice programs your subconscious mind with positive experiences of prosperity while you sleep, and you'll often wake up with new ideas and opportunities flowing through your consciousness. Be patient and compassionate with yourself as you build these new habits. Some days you'll feel completely aligned with abundance consciousness, and other days old fears and doubts will seem to take over. This is completely normal and doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. Healing happens in layers, and each time you choose a loving thought over a fearful one, you're strengthening your abundance consciousness. When you encounter setbacks or challenges around money, use them as opportunities to practice your new skills rather than evidence that nothing is working. Ask yourself how you can respond to this situation from abundance consciousness rather than fear. What would someone who trusts in the universe's provision do in this circumstance? How can you use this challenge as a chance to deepen your faith in your ability to create prosperity? Surround yourself with people, books, videos, and environments that support your abundance consciousness. Just as it's difficult to stay healthy if you're constantly surrounded by junk food, it's challenging to maintain abundance thinking if you're constantly exposed to scarcity consciousness. Choose your influences wisely and don't hesitate to limit your exposure to people or media that consistently reinforce lack and limitation. Create regular check-ins with yourself to assess how your relationship with money is evolving. You might do this weekly or monthly, simply taking time to notice what's shifting in your thoughts, feelings, and experiences around abundance. Celebrate every small improvement, every moment of feeling more peaceful about money, every new opportunity that appears in your life. Remember that maintaining your new money relationship is not about perfection, it's about progress. There will be times when old patterns resurface, when fear seems to take over, when you wonder if any of this is really working. These moments are not failures. They're opportunities to practice choosing love over fear, abundance over scarcity, trust over worry. Each time you make this choice, you strengthen your abundance consciousness and move closer to the prosperous life that's your birthright. My dear ones, as we come to the end of our time together today, I want you to know how honored I am to have shared this journey with you. You have shown such courage in being willing to examine your relationship with money, to question old beliefs that no longer serve you, and to open your heart to new possibilities for abundance and prosperity. The work we've done together today is not just about money, though money has been our focus. It's about recognizing your inherent worth, your infinite potential, and your divine right to live a life filled with all good things. When you heal your relationship with abundance, you heal something fundamental about how you see yourself in the world. You remember that you are not a victim of circumstances, but a powerful creator with the ability to shape your experience through the thoughts you choose and the love you cultivate. The 4 affirmations we practice together are now yours to use whenever you need them. I am worthy of abundant wealth and prosperity. The universe is infinitely abundant, and there is more than enough for everyone, including me. I have the power to create wealth and financial freedom in my life. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly in perfect ways. These are not just words. They are statements of truth about your nature and your possibilities. The more you speak them with feeling and conviction, the more they will transform your experience of life. Remember that change happens gradually, gently, in perfect timing. You don't need to transform your entire financial life overnight. You simply need to take one loving step at a time, one kind thought at a time, one moment of abundance consciousness at a time. Each small shift in your thinking creates ripples that expand outward, touching every area of your life with greater ease, flow, and prosperity. Be patient with yourself as you practice these new ways of thinking and being. There will be days when abundance consciousness feels natural and easy, and days when old fears seem to take over. Both experiences are part of your journey, and both offer opportunities for growth and healing. The key is to treat yourself with the same kindness and compassion you would show a dear friend who was learning something new. Trust in the process, even when you can't see immediate results in your external circumstances. The work you do in consciousness always produces results, though they may appear in ways and timing you don't expect. Stay open to receiving abundance in all its forms, not just the specific ways you think it should come. The universe is far more creative than our human minds can imagine, and the good that's coming to you may be even better than what you've been asking for. As you move forward from this moment, carry with you the knowing that you are loved beyond measure by the same intelligence that creates galaxies and grows flowers. This love wants to express itself through you as health, happiness, prosperity, and joy. You are not asking for too much when you desire abundance. You are simply aligning yourself with your true nature as a beloved child of an infinitely generous universe. Keep practicing, keep believing, keep opening your heart to receive all the good that life wants to give you. You have everything within you that you need to create a life of true prosperity and abundance. The seeds of transformation have been planted in your consciousness today, and with gentle care and continued practice, they will grow into a beautiful garden of financial freedom and joy. I believe in you completely. I believe in your worthiness, your power, and your ability to create the abundant life of your dreams. The universe believes in you too, and it's conspiring right now to bring you opportunities and experiences that will support your highest good. Trust this process, trust yourself, and most of all, trust in the infinite love that surrounds you always. Go forth with confidence, knowing that you are supported, you are worthy, and you are abundantly blessed. Your journey to financial freedom and prosperity has already begun, and each step you take with love and faith brings you closer to the abundant life that is your birthright. Thank you for allowing me to walk beside you on this sacred path. May abundance flow to you in ways that exceed your wildest dreams.